Boston area, and I am honored to call these three fine storytellers and individuals my friends. But it's a special person, often a storyteller, who I consider to be family. My friend Jana, who passed away early last year, was a storyteller, was such a one. She and I always called each other bro and sis. I would sign my emails baby brother Bruce. She would leave messages on my answering machine. Hey Bruce, it's your big little sister Jana. So what if we came from different families? She was 20 years my senior and just about exactly half my height. We met back in the early 90s when a rather prominent storyteller, who some of you might have heard of, especially if you lived in the Boston area for some number of decades, named Brother Blue, started a weekly gathering of storytellers in Cambridge that continues to this day, although he's gone now, he's also belated. And Jan and I think, met through there and maybe some other places too. And we used to go every week and people would tell stories. And there was one point in time where I was telling a story about how I was flipping through Yankee magazine one day. And I saw how this young man about my own age had written a history book of Boston's Scollay Square neighborhood. Now, he was my age, couldn't know Scollay Square because Scollay Square was wiped out right around the time I was born. Same for him, but he had always heard about it from relatives. And so he wrote this lively little history called Always Something Doing, Boston's notorious Scollay Square. His name is David Crew. And as I read the book, it said, this book you're holding is the only book history book devoted solely to Scollay Square. Try saying that 10 times fast. It's mentioned in this history book and that history book, but this is the only dedicated history book. There was a novel called Scollay Square, written by a woman named Pearl Schiff. And I thought, aha, I'm interested in the topic right now. I'm going to go find this novel. So I walk into the Boston Public Library, and if you've walked into the Boston Public Library, this beautiful building, you know when you first walk in, there's no books. So I walked in and there was a door and back. So I walked in through that door and back and, oh, there's stacks around me now. And there's somebody behind a desk. I'm going to go ask them. But as I walked, I chanced to look to my left and a title popped out at me from the bookshelf. Scollay Square. It was the novel by Pearl Schiff. Unbelievable coincidence. I took out the book, brought it home and read it. I thought that would be it for coincidences for this book, but as it turned out, it was not. Because I told the story about finding this book and reading the book and everything, and a couple weeks later, I'm at storytelling and there's a break. We start out with an open mic and then end with a feature, and we're all hanging around talking. Somebody comes up to me and says, Bruce, I really enjoyed your story a couple weeks ago about Scollay Square. Now I'm sitting back to back with Jana. Jana, half my height, 20 years my senior, 2 hearing aids, loud room filled with everybody talking. At which point, Jana turns around and says, Scollay Square? Did somebody say Scollay Square? My mother wrote a book called Scollay Square. I said, Jana, what are you talking about? She said, oh, when I was growing up, my mother spent endless amount of time writing this book. I said, what do you mean, Jana? Who's your mother? She said, oh, I would just come home and I'd say, hi, Mom. She just wouldn't even answer. Just type, 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 type. I said, Jana, who's your mother? Type, 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 type. I said, Jana, what's your mother's name? Pearl Schiff.